Let's get right into the highlights. We'll go through it. We'll talk more about that later, Coach. Your team being physical. Clearly, the fourth quarter, the defense not allowing any points all season in the fourth quarter. That's an unbelievable statistic. Coach, the crowd, unbelievable crowd. I mean, top-notch, as good as it's ever been.
It was crazy, and then it's loud, and it's, you know, it's the greatest home field advantage I can speak of. You know, we've been undefeated for a long time.
Coach, Darren Thomas made some great choices right off the bat. I mean, the defensive end collapsed down right on top of LaMichael, and Darren, good decisions, and then you start spreading them out.
We did. That was our plan going in, is making sure we attack them across the width of everything, you know, get the ball out to the perimeter early and make them defend the entire field, and that's what really gets our game going, making them spread from sideline to sideline.
Paulson with a 13-yard reception there, and then Thomas over here to LT, 2-and-A, splits the gap there. Nice gainer for 16 yards. And they picked up a unsportsmanlike penalty in here, Coach, and you had a procedure penalty. That kind of stopped the momentum of the drive, and then they buttoned up on their defense here.
They did. You know, when we tried to get the ball outside on an option play, and we didn't get to the perimeter, but to come away with that opening drive and get 3 points, we were pretty happy at that point in time.
So the Cardinals come right back, and as they have been all season, very efficient on offense, and so you get your first look at what they do from a running back standpoint. And they started to load that one side, Coach, and try to go to it, but also they're very balanced, aren't they?
They are, and that was the one thing that really made you defend everything, is that Andrew Luck is such a good quarterback that complements that great running game that they have, is that, you know, we knew that they were going to test us everywhere, on the flank, up the middle, outside. You know, it was going to be a battle.
And a group of good receivers, Coach, but led by Owusu. A deep threat, and yet they controlled these little short passes to begin with, conversions on third down, and kind of got into their mode, their game mode here, it looked like.
It did, you know, and again, it's a tough offense to defend because they can do it all. And the quarterback can run, and he's tough. So it was quite a combination that we had to handle, but I was really impressed with our defense overall, you know, really, especially the adjustments they made at halftime.
Whalen makes a good catch. Good coverage was there. He just fought the ball away. 7-3, 18-yard touchdown for Stanford. They take the lead here in the first quarter. A long drive as well, about 6 minutes long. And then they kick it off, and Cliff Harris looks like he might try to break something out on the other side of the field, but loses the football. Stanford has good field position. Your defense has to come right back out.
Yeah, we've talked about this. You know, we're turning the ball over too much in our special teams, and we got to do a better job of that and clean that up, because that's going to come back to haunt us.
Well, you got him into a third down situation, Coach, which is exactly what you wanted to do, but here's what you talked about with Andrew Luck. He can do so many things to you.
Yeah, that should be illegal, to be honest with you. I mean, he's such a good quarterback. The fact that he can run that well, too, is really makes it difficult to defend. But I'll give him all the credit in the world. He's the best quarterback we've faced in a while.
10-yard touchdown makes it 14-3, and the offense comes right back. LaMichael James, 20-yard run. Starts off what is really a spectacular day. But his running, I think people around the country got a chance to see how physical is too, Coach.
He's very strong, and I don't think he gets enough credit for how physical and strong a runner he is, and he really had that on display yesterday.
Well, Darren Thomas, again, just gets better and better each week. Made a couple of mistakes in this first half, Coach, but nothing bothered the guy. He just comes right back, hits Jeff Mail on the outside, and the inside-outside game really had Stanford off balance. It's just in that first quarter they didn't equal points.
No, and again, we got caught with a penalty and then got backed up a little bit and tried to screen pass here on third down, and Chase Thomas, their real good outside linebacker defensive end, made a great play.
So they get the ball back, and Stephen Taylor takes the handoff. He gets through the hole and keeps his balance, and away he goes off to the 44-yard touchdown run. That makes it 21-3 at that point. And I know the fans know what the score is. They're looking at the scoreboard, but there's so much time. We talked about, hey, okay, you know, still a minute in the first quarter. A lot of time for your football team, how fast you score, and you get right after it on the next drive, Coach.
Yeah, we had to bounce back. We knew that they were going to be a good football team. I don't think that we were going to spot them 21 points, but it was about just missed tackles. We had guys there to make the play on that run, but we didn't. So it's time for our offense to come out in the field and answer, and that's what they did.
2-and-A for 6 yards on the completion. And then one of your emerging stars on this football team is Darren Thomas is off to what turns out to be a great day, but spreading the ball around. Here's Josh Huff, physical runner. He picks up 12 yards, and that ends the quarter. And so your team is moving the football, so there's no real panic about that. Just the score is what the score is. And I know you talked about it, Coach, when we started the show, but, your team's not been down 21-3, but I know your team also has a lot of confidence.
They do, and we know we got to play a full football game, and that's what we pride ourselves on, is that, I talk to our guys about play a full 60 minutes, and then we'll pick our head up and see what the score is at the end of the day. You can't get too high at certain points, you can't be too low at certain points, you just have to keep playing, and this team understands exactly what we want from them from a philosophical standpoint, and they go out and execute it.
Well, it's a storm. I mean, it's 10 defensive backs, it's 6 linebackers, it's 10 defensive linemen, it's all the offensive linemen switching in and out, the running backs. It's a swarm that hits the Stanford Cardinal. From that point on, what is it, 45-10? From this point on ago, we established I'm not a good mathematician. It's 49-10 after that first quarter. And the Ducks are rolling, aren't they?
Oh, they are. And, Coach, the success of the inside-out game, particularly the screen passes out on the outside, begin to take their toll here in the second quarter, don't they?
Yeah, it really is just a mathematical equation. So, Joe, you'd struggle with this one. How many guys do they have in the box dedicated to the run, and how many guys do you have out wide? And if they're going to try to put extra guys in the box, we need to throw the ball out wide. And if we can't get our guys out wide involved in the game, then they're going to continue to try to shut down the running game. And that's what you need, receivers out wide that are willing to block and willing to sacrifice for the other guys, and that's what we did. And you start to see that effect as we start to keep throwing that out there. The defense has to widen out and defend that, and now the run game starts to open up. So they both kind of complement each other.
Let's get right to it here in the second quarter then. Oregon with the ball after moving the football to end the quarter. And here's LaMichael James up the middle for 13 yards. And again, Darren Thomas really starting to look sharp in this game, and boy, it can't even go down. But Darren Thomas starting to feel it, hitting everybody.
Again, getting the ball in and out. You'll see when we go in motion, if they widen, we were running the ball, and sometimes they stayed in the box and we threw the ball. We had to take kind of what they were giving us and felt like our plan going in was starting to work here.
Thanks for the snap, got it, going to go back to throw. Looks on a fade route, wide open. It's a Jeff Mail touchdown. Little pump fake. Stanford bit, and nobody was on Jeff Mail.
Coach, now we get a look at what success of that passing game outside does.
Yeah, to defend what we're doing out wide, you really got to drop your safeties down, and then we caught them if they're going to drop their safeties down. We ran a similar type play against Arizona State to Josh Huff. It's kind of the third component of what we're doing, and making them defend the field not only from sideline to sideline, but from end zone to end zone.
So that makes it 21-10. Surprise, surprise.
And Taylor furthers to way up at the 10. Here's Beard's approach to the ball, and goes with the onside kick, and Oregon got it! Stanford never saw it coming.
Coach, great execution by your kicker.
We practiced this all week long. Tom Osborne saw something in their kickoff return unit that, we talked about last Sunday night, actually, that we had a chance, if they lined up the same way, to surprise onside kick, and we had the plan all along that we were going to kick off once, and if it was the same look, whatever the second kickoff happened, we were going to do it, and that's how we practiced it, and that's how we executed it.
People were wondering if it went 10 yards. It went 15 yards. So people saw the line there. I think they thought maybe it was close, but it was a 15-yard job by your kicker. Rob Beard did a nice job. Then Davis with 9, then 8 yards for Darren Thomas. And then Darren Thomas again back to DJ Davis for 14 more yards. And the offense is really going now.
Yeah, great block by LT2A and a tough physical run by DJ, and that's what we get out of our receivers. There's a toughness in those 3 guys, and actually with Josh Huff, those 4 guys that play out there for us.
The importance of getting points off this onside was huge too, wasn't it?
Yeah, from a momentum standpoint, the crowd was into it, and the fact that we could answer, you had them on their heels a little bit.
On second down and short, give it to LaMichael. Walks it into the end zone. Stanford wasn't ready.
Caught everybody by surprise. The TV networks, everyone. As you got quick on the ball, Coach, your pace in the first half was incredible.
It's what we practice. I think it gives us an advantage. It kind of takes the defense out of their comfort zone. And for our players, it's what they do every single day. So what is our comfort zone really is their discomfort zone.
That makes it 21-17, so 2 quick touchdowns for Oregon. And a lot of people are starting to feel like they're seeing something on the field that might lead to a big Duck victory, which in turn happened, of course. Wilkerson, 11 yards on the play here. I thought Stanford showed a lot of character here, Coach, coming right back after you had the onside kick touchdown.
Stanford's a good football team and is going to win a lot of football games this year. Jim Harbaugh does a tremendous job. Whenever you got that quarterback in the scheme they run, which is so diversified, that they're going to win a lot of games this year.
They run everything on the game, very like that, sets up other plays in this game. Obviously, on this drive, it does a little bit later. An unfortunate penalty right there for you.
Yeah, I don't think Josh saw the bone, and he was just trying to make a play and playing hard, and we got caught, and that extended the drive, and that hurt.
Luck with a 5-yard run there, big physical runner. Then on play action, he looks downfield, and he has Fleener wide open for the touchdown, 36 yards. That is their final touchdown of the game. Makes it 28-17. And nice play, but plenty of time left in the half for Oregon to come right back, and that's exactly what your team does, Coach. Again, you did this a lot last year, too. Great teams punch back, don't they?
You hope so. If not, it was going to be a long day for us. But the one thing I like about this team is that they don't play to the scoreboard. They just continue to play and keep chipping away. And eventually they know things will break because our conditioning will really take effect.
This was big. This is a 3rd and 15. Thomas to 2-8 for 14 yards. And then you made a big call here, Coach. 4th and 1.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get it, so I didn't know, really concerned with the balls on the field. The way we were playing, I felt like it was an easy decision.
Then Darren Thomas takes off for 22 yards on the play. This was a 2nd and 10 play, and that has set up another big one for Darren Thomas.
Wait for the ball. Got the snap. Back to throw again. Going downfield. Going way down. He's got Huff wide open. Touchdown, Oregon. Touchdown, Josh Huff.
Coach, he kind of double-clutched this, and it looked like he wanted to maybe go to Jeff Mail. Maybe not. Couldn't tell, but he waited the right time and put the ball in the money, didn't he?
Darren made a great read. We're running 4 vertical concept, and Jeff was the first look, and the corner squeezed him, number 9. And so he went back outside, and Josh Huff was wide open, covered by an outside linebacker, and we'll take that matchup any day.
Game got a little defensive after that point. Stanford had scored touchdowns on their first 4 drives of the first half, and on this possession with 5:41 to go in the first half, Luck hits Revlin for 7 yards on this play, works his way up a little bit in the pocket for the completion, and then goes incomplete. And this is the first time your defense stopped him, Coach, and maybe give a little confidence to the group.
It did. We're starting to get settled in and understanding how they're trying to attack us. And I thought Nick did a great job of making some adjustments within the second quarter and definitely at halftime of trying to take away what they were trying to do to us.
Got the ball right back. So with the ball and a chance to take the lead here before the half, here's Davis for 8 yards. And then on 2nd down and 2, Davis again for 2 yards. Picks up the first down, moves the chains, and then this one, Darren Thomas probably like to have back, Coach.
I'd like to have it back. That would have been a lot easier for us, but, I'll give their free safety credit. He did a great job staying in the middle field, reading the quarterback's eyes, and made a great catch.
Well, what an important drive here for Stanford, Coach, trying to put some points on the board if they can before the end of the half, because they get the ball to start the second half, too. So leading by 4, they had a little bit of a sense of urgency here to see if they can get some.
They did, and it was important for us to, see if we could hold them out, at least from getting into the end zone. I thought our defense did a great job of holding them just to 3 points in this situation,
Great play by Pasinger to come from behind and make a tackle that was going to be something much greater. And then Luck, it's not a sack. He goes forward for 3 yards, but it makes them attempt the field goal, a 46-yarder for Whitaker, and he knocks it through, and that is the half. 31-24 at the half, and it's not a whole lot different, Coach, than some of the other games you played this year against a Tennessee team that almost and probably should have upset LSU, and then a very, very good Arizona State team. Just trying to, you get to half, there's a lot of football to play, but your depth, just absolutely takes over in these football games.
We feel confident when we go in at halftime, if the score's close, that we got a real good shot because of our conditioning and because of the amount of guys we're playing. And then you can also see the demeanor of the teams you're playing against where, if they're dragging going in at halftime and we're not dragging going in at halftime, we feel like the adjustments our coaches will make and the way our players buy into what we're doing, that we got a pretty good shot when we come out in the second half of football games.
All right, we'll get to it in the second half when we come back. The third quarter, a very exciting third quarter and fourth quarter coming up when we get to it right here on Oregon Football with Chip Kelly after this.